What's probably the most common thing searched online for golf instruction and asked during a private lesson? How do I get more distance on my drives? So in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how you can do several things to amp up your distance off the tee. There are several factors that can help you gain distance off the tee. It's not impossible, you just have to come up with a plan. Strength and flexibility, your equipment, and your technique. We're going to cover all three of those today. So talking about strength, obviously the stronger you are, the faster you're going to be able to move and the more club head speed you're going to generate. Distance is directly related to club head speed. So for every mile per hour that your club comes through that ball, you're going to gain about 2.5 yards. So someone who's only swinging 70, 80 miles per hour is never going to be able to hit it as far as someone who's swinging in the upper 90s or low 100s. So get yourself in a good fitness routine if you're not already in one, and you can check out our fitness section here on the site for how to increase your golf strength. Now, flexibility. That is a super, super important secret that actually not a lot of people are catching on to. How can somebody my size hit the ball 235, 245 yards? Technique, of course, but also I'm flexible enough to generate a lot of speed and a lot of force. So for the average adult player, they tend to lose a lot of flexibility. This is something I see day in and day out on the lesson tee. People can't turn, they can't pivot, they can't coil, they can't get into the positions they want because they are simply just too tight. So those two things are something you can certainly take care of, take some dedication, but you can get on a good program, especially during the off season, and then just try to continue it through the on season. Now your equipment. My best advice here is check your equipment. Get on a launch monitor with a good fitter in your area. Make sure you've got the right shaft and the right loft that's giving you the best launch angles and spin rates you can get to maximize your distance. Especially if your equipment is outdated, it's even more important to go get this checked. Now, as far as technique goes, there's a few things we can do to generate some power. One is a wide arc. Someone swinging with a narrow arc is not going to hit the ball as far as someone who's creating a bigger arc. So we want a wide arc and we want width. We also want a late release. We want to store that energy as long as we possibly can when we're driving and release that club at the last moment, exploding into the golf ball. Along with that, if we fire our body parts, what we call our kinematic sequence, in the right order, it's going to help our release. So we want our hips to go first, then our shoulders, and then the arms, hands, and clubs. So we want to make sure that we fire in the correct order. While we're doing this, if we get set up correctly with our head behind the ball and keep our head back, we're going to attack from an inside-out angle of attack, which is going to give us more of a direct hit, either a straight ball or a draw, as opposed to someone who comes over the top and hits a slice. So we've got quite a few factors there technique-wise that we can start working on to get distance. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up, I'm going to make sure that my head's behind the ball. That's going to help me get to the inside. I'm going to make some swings, staying wide, firing hips, shoulders, and then arms, feeling like I come from the inside, and I'm going to try to just wait forever to release that club. I'm going to release it at the last possible second. So here it goes. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Wide arc. Good sequence, late release from the inside. Remember, it's simple and it works. And if you have an idea for a lesson, please feel free to submit it in the Ask Maria section on mygolfinstructor.com.